I, F29, found screenshots of another woman on my husband's, M28, phone and possible evidence he's recently visited a dating site. We just had our first baby 3 months ago. He says this is all innocent, but I'm not convinced. Help. My husband and I have been together for 7 years, married for 4. We just had our first baby 3 months ago. Before he arrived, we had gotten into a disagreement in regards toward a co-worker of his. I noticed he was talking to this co-worker a lot, I'll call her Hannah, on his phone and asked about it. He said that his other co-workers often teased the two of them that they must have a thing for one another based off how they treat each other / how much they talk. He said he even had to clarify with her that they were just friends and would never be anything more. I was maybe 9 months pregnant when I found this out, so I naturally got super angry hearing about this, but eventually was able to drop it. I suffer from severe anxiety, so even still, my mind was going wild. A few months later, after the baby was born, I had found he had deleted a bunch of his internet history and lied to me about why he had done so. I didn't discover it was a lie until later. One day, he had taken a picture of me and the baby on his phone but forgot to send it to me. I figured it wouldn't be a big deal to get it myself. He was asleep when I did this, but again, I didn't think it would be a big deal. As I was looking for the photo, I remembered him deleting his history and nasty curiosity ended up getting the better of me. I looked around and found screenshots of Hannah pulled from her Instagram. They were 100% saved by my husband and not sent to him directly by her. Jealousy caused me to look around some more, and I also found an OkCupid verification code in his text messages. When I confronted him, he copped to the screenshots, saying he just thought she looked good in the photos and that he would never actually want to be with her since she's a psycho and all guys who have an attractive girlfriend think about sleeping with them, but don't necessarily act on those impulses. In regards toward the verification message, he says he was just trying to fully delete his old OkCupid account. He noticed it was suddenly matching him with people and sending him email alerts of these matches, and he didn't want me to get the wrong idea. The code was sent to him so he could log in and delete the account once and for all, or so he says. I don't know what to believe or do now. Part of me says cut and run right now, but the other part of me that is afraid of raising a child alone is telling me to let it go. Something doesn't seem right, though, and I don't know if I can let it go. What should I do? Question mark. He would never actually want to be with her since she's a psycho and all guys who have an attractive girlfriend think about sleeping with them. So which is it? Friend or psycho? Not that it really matters, since all guys think about sleeping with their hot friends is the defense of a man who does not want to admit that there is anything wrong with his behavior, or for you to get the idea that you might be able to do better. If you're really not ready to walk away, tell him he's got one chance to come clean if there is anything out there for you to potentially discover, and the two of you are going to counseling regardless to sort through the whole Hannah situation. But something tells me this is going to be a recurring problem, so you'd better start making your plans, right? Like even if all guys did that, it doesn't stop it from being a totally inappropriate thing to do in regards toward a co-worker and friend. And I used to consider myself friends with her too. I have never been the threatened GF/wife until this. Now I feel like I'm actually crazy. Part of me says cut and run right now. Well, he clearly has an inappropriate relationship with this Hannah even if he isn't having an affair with her explicitly, and his excuses for the OkCupid thing sound like absolute bullshit. In the I was only there to find out how to get away from their vein, so this infidelity combined with him actively lying to you suggests that you should go with your intuition. I don't see how you can trust him. Staying with a lying cheat for the sake of your child is only going to hurt you and your child in the long run. Co-parenting and other support can help make things more manageable if you were to leave. You've been together for 7 years and he's just now trying to delete his dating profiles? No. Suspicious. His relationship with this woman, not necessarily suspicious, but the screenshots of her suspicious. You need to have a direct conversation with him, tell him this is his one chance to admit the truth, and have a plan if he lies, and also a plan if it turns out he has cheated and admits it. You've been together for 7 years and he's just now trying to delete his dating profiles? Well, it takes 6.75 years just to log in, right? Oh wait, yup, he's looking for some on the side or attention at least. He's most likely looking to cheat. Men that are faithful don't secretly download pics of women they work with or dating apps. He's on his way to Cheaterville. It would sadly make sense. The statistics on men who cheat while their partner is pregnant are soul-crushing. Fuck, I hate dishonest people. He, M30, looks at naked women online but has a problem when I, F27, post a picture in a dress. This weekend I am out of town. Had the following text exchange with my BF. Him, just a little tough seeing you wear something like that when I'm not with you, sad face. Me, really honey? I'm so sorry. Him, some weirdo even commented on your photo. Me, I don't even know who that is. I can block him and delete the comment if you'd like him. Let's just talk about it later, it's no big deal. Him, it wouldn't surprise me if you got other weirdo comments. Don't want to be that boyfriend but that picture screams I'm single. Me, sorry babe, I am confused, because I am in a dress. Me, you okay? Him, yeah, I'm sorry for bringing that up. So the dress was short but long sleeve and only really showing my legs. And it's a damn good pic of me, I'm not taking it down. The thing is, in the past I have been extremely hurt when he has done things like fall asleep with his browser open to porn for instance, or follow porn stars on Instagram. He unfollowed them when I asked and all that, and his conduct on Instagram, that I see anyway. I'm sure he's searching out bitches, is fine, but it's just like, what is this? Am I with a guy who is just constantly sexualizing women, which is why he can't handle me posting a pic where I am clothed? I'm irritated and confused. I always want more sex and attention from him, which is why I've been bothered by him searching out women. Jerk off until the cows come home, but when you're doing that and we have sex once a week, yeah, it's an issue to me. Anyway, we never talked further about it, but I'm coming home today and I'm really bothered by his attitude about this. Too long didn't read. Why do men have no issue looking at naked girls, but the second their girl posts anything the world ends? Well honey, I'm wearing way more than all those naked women you enjoy looking at online, am I right? Like he doesn't trust other guys because he doesn't trust himself. The best part of having an online platform like Instagram is that you have little to no control over what other people say or do with your pictures, yet you're still blamed for it. I think that goes for anyone regardless of gender. Your boyfriend most likely sexualizes women in general based off of their clothing. If he thinks a dress is too sexy for Instagram when it's not intended to be, then he's got his own issues. ETA, thank you to the majority of commenters who did not turn this into a shit on men fest. I'm glad to see people admitting that this is a problem that is not gender based, but rather online habits based. It's really refreshing to see. First of all, he's being very manipulative with his texts. He simultaneously says it's not a big deal and then follows up with that post screams single. That is provocative and passive aggressive. He doesn't get to do both. Second, don't ever apologize for doing something that you know isn't wrong. That just emboldens him. BC, you are taking the fault for his own feelings. Why would seeing you post in a dress be hard for him? If anything, he should be happy that you have a nice picture on your feed. Partners are supposed to be happy for you. He's in the wrong, and excessive jealousy is literally a red flag that you see in brochure about abuse that escalates. Girl, take it seriously and trust your gut here. Triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post, triangular flag on post, triangular flag on post. Red flag right there. That's controlling behavior and may seem small now but will likely become much bigger issues. My friend asked my BF to have sex twice. Names changed for obvious reasons. My friend Maggie has a lot of stuff going on. She's got some mental health issues / other personal issues I don't think I should fully disclose since it's not my stuff to tell. Tonight she was having a particularly rough episode. I had called her and we talked and I tried to comfort her to the best of my capabilities, but honestly I'm quite awful at comforting people. Maggie was a bit better, but I was still worried cause she was still in a vulnerable spot. My BF lives near her and we all happen to be friends, so another friend and I asked him if he could maybe go and just keep her company / watch her to make sure nothing really bad happens. He went over and was texting me in between stuff, but everything seemed to be going okay. He gets back home after a couple hours and calls me and we start talking. He immediately tells me she lay her head on my shoulder. Just so you know, BC, I wanna be 100% straight with you. It was completely platonic and I only did it because she was crying. Okay, that's fine. And then he goes, and also, because you have a right to know, she asked me to have sex twice. He said no and left shortly after. Now I just feel stupid for having worried and cared, and I'm hurt, upset, etc. I'm just wondering how I should go about this. I don't really have any interest in keeping contact, as this is a huge breach in trust for me. Part of me wants to completely ghost her while another wants to talk to her about it, but I'm not sure. What should I do? Too long didn't read. Friend in rough spot. She is friends with BF and I. BF lives near, so he goes to help / check up on her. She asks him to have sex twice. He says no and leaves. Tells me immediately after. How should I handle this? Update. Hello. Sorry I took a while to post an update. I just needed some personal mental time to just digest and relax / step away from everything. Long story long, I messaged her. At first I kept things neutral. Just how were things last night? A couple times to just prod and see if she would say anything. First time, nothing, she was just feeling better. Second time she admitted to cuddling, which I already knew, but clearly at this point she knew I was looking for something that had happened, and she still continues to omit the one thing I need her to tell me. After the third time, I kinda just was over it and told her I know what happened last night. That's unacceptable and you have truly betrayed my trust, etc. She just replies with, I forgot about that. Sorry, wasn't in the right headspace. I'm fuming, but I do my best to just remain calm. Tell her, well, it's a decision you made and decisions have consequences. You need to be held accountable for your actions regardless of how impulsive you are when you make them, etc. Then Maggie just starts saying that she loves me and my boyfriend and everyone, to which I reply, you don't. This isn't love, etc. He then stops replying for a while until she starts sending me these huge walls of streams of consciousness, basically explaining nothing and how apparently she's on a substance. I tell her, let's not talk about this right now. This isn't the time, nor are you in the conditions to. And I make sure someone goes to see her since she was mentioning some dark stuff. She said she's ready to talk but has yet to say anything. Whatever she's gonna say, isn't gonna be anything new, nor will it change my mind, so that's why I decided to just update now. I did make it very clear that after all was said and done I was going to block her on everything and would cease all contact. Anything else would send a wrong message, which I don't think she believes. I'm truly cutting her out because she messaged my roommate saying I wanna hang out with you and op today as if nothing had happened. Too long didn't read. I confronted her. She went haywire saying she loves me and a bunch of other crazy stuff. I don't really bite and stand my ground. She messages back and states she's on a substance along with walls of text. I tell her we talk later since she's clearly not sober enough to have this conversation. We have yet to have the final conversation, but it'll probably just be a repeat of everything she said, which was just a lot of excuses and explanations. I'm letting her say what she's got to say and then she's out of my life 100%. Sorry if this one's a little messy, but it's really hard to summarize properly when you can't put in full text messages, lol.